So, to begin my research topic on Native Americans' roles in the Civil War, I'm going to start out by probably making a Google Doc to gather my information on. So, I'm typing that in right now, logging into my Google Docs, which will take a second. Gmail.com. And then I'm going to just make my doc pretty simple. Let's see, add one here, give it a nice title, something quick that I'll remember it by, just pretty easy. Let's see, Native Americans role in Civil War. Doesn't have to be perfect since this is just my notes and no one is seeing it. Well, I mean, someone could see it, I guess, but. And then I'm going to Google, and I'll probably just do a broad search right off the bat. Native American roles in the Civil War. So I type that into the Google top bar. The first couple ones I see is to Wikipedia, and that's not really the most credible sources, so I'll probably just click on the second source, ABC Clio, which seems to be pretty accurate. I'm scrolling through, looking at the bottom, seeing what's going on down here. They got a nice little citation, so I'm gonna pop back up and maybe skim through a little bit. The eve of the Civil Wars. So yeah, this is a pretty credible source. I might maybe copy and paste a couple of paragraphs in there just to look at them later, the ones I think are important, into my Google Docs. So let's see, many native groups such as Cherokee followed Stanley. So now that I'm thinking about it, since it's for the Civil War, I'll probably set it up in two different types of notes. One like northern supporters of Native Americans, and then supporters of the Confederacy, or Native American supporters of the Confederacy. So let's see, I'll probably, if anything, I'm going to copy and paste the link onto my Google Docs just so I have it there if I need to grab it again. And then I'll go back through and maybe do more focused one, since I just decided to do the two different topics and do Native American roles in the Civil War for the Confederacy. And since this is a pretty well, I guess, thought out topic at this point, I'm not really using some of the better search databases just because, there's tends to be a bunch of good ones right off the bat on Google. So we've got alexandriava.gov. Usually .govs are pretty darn credible, so I'm going to take a peek at this. Oh yeah, this has got a bunch of, I don't know if pictures are always the best thing, but I am a big fan of pictures, and it's got a lot of them, so that's good. Got a couple maps here, skimming through. Oh yeah, this is a lot of good information. Wow, I could usually probably get all my information off of this site. Honestly, this looks pretty darn big, for at least for the Confederacy, because it seems to have a lot of information on that. Oh, and it's got sources at the bottom, which usually means it's pretty good if it's citing people. So in that case, I'll take a couple peeks here, see exactly what they're talking about. I got an introduction at the top, which usually I like to look at. That's crazy. Then on the side, it also has a bunch of museum links, which I might actually click on one of those, see what they're asking for. Something just popped up. I don't care. Yeah, no, none of those are really important. It's more just, this is the Native Americans section of the website. It's a good one, so I'll probably also throw that down in my Google Docs just the link because I like to have a nice set of links before I really start to get the information down. I look at those as I'm collecting. So now I'm going to keep looking down. We got a PDF here. Sometimes I like taking a peek at PDFs because, oh yeah, it's a research paper from St. Anselm College, which I've never heard of, but it seems to be undergrad major in history. This is just a student written paper, but I mean, it could give me a good, what's the word I'm looking for here? A good example of maybe how I should try and look at mine and see if she has some good information here, because if it's another college student, maybe I'll be able to understand hers a little better than some of the more academic journals or essays about Native Americans and from the Confederacy because the problems and all other tribes exactly what they were doing. So this is a pretty good, just from going through, it seems like she's got her stuff together. She's got a bunch of citations here from a bunch of different sources, which is usually bodes pretty well for information-wise. So at that point, I'll probably throw down this PDF, copy the link, put it in my Google Docs, and that's a fair amount of information on, let's see, now since I kind of have, I don't know, there wasn't really centered on Confederacy or the North just from what I was looking at, and when I typed in my search, it didn't really narrow it down that well. So at this point, I've got a Civil War virtual museum.org. I'll take a peek at that. .org seem to be pretty good sources usually. Oh wow, this is a lot of words here right off the bat. That might be a little, usually that kind of intimidates me sometimes, but I'll give it a quick peek through, see what it says. I'm seeing a lot of the same words and information on all the sources that I'm looking at, so if they're all saying some of the same stuff, that's usually pretty good, which means they're all right in each other. Seems alright. Yeah, I'll probably use this source as well due to the good wording and the .org, and seeing that it's a Civil War virtual museum.com. I don't think they'd mess that one up. So I will throw this one down as well onto the sources. At this point, I've gathered a decent amount of sources, and usually from here, I would probably go and check, just like look at the sources and again and get a more like detailed summary of what's going on in them, since I've got like 4 of them at this point, and searching in the search bar wouldn't help as much. And then maybe I'll after this try and look at the libraries page, maybe see if they have either a book there or just some sort of a first what's the first person source, I forget the real word for it. So I'll go to georgiasouthernlibrary.com, or where, just georgiasouthern.com. Go on it right here. Click on the library tab, which I believe is in research, or maybe it's in academics. They changed up the website on me here, and I'm not not too used to it yet, so this could take a second. There we go, it's under campus life. So now that I've gotten to the Henderson Library page, I'll probably just want to look at books right now and see what I can find. And I'll just look up, it's pretty broad, but Native Americans' roles in the Civil War, and I'll see if they have a decent book or two on that, and maybe go check those out and look at those just for a printed source for the assignment. Oh, it's taking a little bit to load. Alright, let's see. Alright, that's not too many pages. It's one of 13, so they obviously have some good choices here. Let's see. It's a lot of just basic American history books at this point. Not a lot of ones just on Native Americans' roles in the Civil War, so that will not be as helpful to me. I'll get the search a little smaller here and just look at history. If anything, I just know one of these books will have something on Native Americans because they're American history. So, a history of multicultural America. I'll check out this source for a second. I don't know if it's exactly what I'm looking for. I think more just typing in the top bar would probably help out more. Let's see. Hopefully they have the table of contents lifted. That could help a lot. But they might not, so... Oh, they do. Alright, this is good. Now I'll probably look... Yeah. Oh, they definitely have some stuff on... Yes, the Indian... or the Native Americans. So... Foreigners in their native land. That's a war against Mexico. Don't need to look at that. Shakespeare's Dream. Yeah, I don't think this is exactly what I'm looking for, but maybe if I looked at the book itself, I could probably get some a better idea of what's going on in it. So now I'm gonna go back to the home page at the Henderson Library and just look up a book on the Civil War itself, and just see if they have some basic overviews of the Civil War, because it's got some stuff on Native American roles in there. Let's see. There's 6,950 different topics. That could be a problem. So let's see. I'll look at the additional suggested topics. Maybe they've got things on Native Americans. I'll go to race relations because that obviously was a big part of the Civil War, and we'll see if it has anything on Native Americans. Culture, war, justice. Yeah, no, this is probably not the best way to search right now, because it's more about black and white rather than Indians of North America. There we go. All right. Well, then I'm getting it a little more defined here. All right, talking back civilization, Indian voices in the Progressive Era. We've got pre-Civil War Kansas. Scholars expose anti-Indianism in America. So this could be good right here. Let me see. I'm going to go check on the table of contents again, because that's usually a good place to look. Let's see. Description. No. Okay, they do not have a table of contents. Well, maybe they do. Oh, here it is. Table of contents. Oh, wow. So the type is a little scary looking just because it's pretty bland and just there, which usually for me is either a runaway if I'm not really paying that much attention, or it's very helpful. Let's see. This doesn't really have much of their roles in the Civil War, more just what happened to them and why it was bad before the Civil War. So I'm going to bring this back to the page I was just on, look through more of the library sources.